Hi guys, it's me again, and I've got one of my favorite books called Piggy and Dad Go Fishing. And sometimes when you go on a camping trip, you might camp by the water and you might go fishing. That's something that most people do. I love to go fishing. Me and my dad used to go fishing a lot when I was younger. This is written by David Martin and it's illustrated by Frank Remkowitz. I'm not sure that's how you say his name, but I'm thinking that might be close enough. How many of you have ever gone fishing? Piggy woke up excited. Today he was going fishing with Dad for the very first time. Dad was already up getting the fishing poles ready and making Piggy's favorite lunch, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on squishy bread. I like my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on squishy bread too, not dried out bread. Now, all we need are worms, and tonight we'll have the world's most delicious fried fish for supper, said Dad. So Piggy dug up worms faster than he could say delicious fried fresh fish. And Chandler will do that sometimes when he goes fishing. He'll go out in the yard and he will he'll dig up and find some worms to take fishing. When they got down to the river, Dad asked Piggy if he wanted to bait his own hook. Okay, said Piggy. He took a worm and hung it over his hook. The worm wiggled and fell off. Piggy tried again. This time he tied the worm in a knot around the hook. The worm untied himself. They are very squirmy, and it seems like it would be easy to put them on a hook, but it is not quite as easy as it looks. Piggy, I'm afraid you really have to poke the hook into the worm. Piggy looked at the worm. The worm smiled at Piggy. He doesn't look like he wants to poke the worm. Do you want me to do it, Dad asked. Dad looked at the worm. The worm smiled at Dad. Let's use bread for bait instead, said Dad. Dad wasn't so sure he could poke the worm as he was smiling at him. So Piggy and Dad pinched bread from their sandwiches, squished it into little balls, and baited their hooks. Then they threw in their lines. Now, said Dad as he sat down, you have to be very patient. Fishing takes a lot of waiting. A fish has to be hungry. It has to think about eating. It has to find the bait. It has to look at the bait and think about it and say to itself, that looks pretty tasty. It has to nibble the bait and decide if it really is good. And then, finally, it has to bite the whole thing, hook and all. But Piggy wasn't good at waiting. He pulled his line out and threw it back in, and pulled it out and threw it back in, again and again. Nothing's happening, he said. You can't hurry fish, said Dad. Soon they both fell asleep, but they held on to their poles. Suddenly, Piggy's pole bent hard. I got a bite, he shouted. Piggy pulled. The fish pulled. Piggy pulled again, and the fish pulled again too. The fish jumped. Piggy slipped. Oh my, I wonder what's going to happen. Dad grabbed Piggy. Dad slipped. Splash! But finally, Piggy reeled in his fish. Good job, said Dad. It's a beauty. Piggy smiled, but then he looked at his fish, and his fish was looking right back at him. My fish looks sad, said Piggy. Do you really think he feels sad? I don't know. I never thought about it, said Dad. Piggy and the fish stared at each other. Can I let him go, said Piggy. Sure, said Dad. So Piggy slipped the fish back into the water. Bye-bye, fishy, said Piggy. Watch out for hooks next time. The fish flipped its tail and was gone. Then, while they ate lunch, Piggy made more bread balls and tossed them into the water. What are you doing? Asked Dad. I'm fishing, said Piggy. But you're just feeding the fish, said Dad. I know, that's because it's a different kind of fishing. You should try it, said Piggy. Look at all the fish, said Dad. This is fun. Why didn't I ever think of feed the fish fishing? The next day, Piggy and Dad went fishing again. As a special treat, Dad brought donuts, some for Piggy, some for himself, and all the rest for the fish. These fish are eating good, aren't they? The end. Now, today you're going fishing, but I've already caught them for you, and you have a baggie of goldfish. Those are the fish that you caught. And just like yesterday, when we made a graph of all the different types of ingredients in our s'mores bag, you're going to graph the different colored goldfish, and then you can eat them up. But I want to see, and you've got some little questions to answer, so follow the directions on your pack and have fun. And I hope you caught the biggest fish. And I'll tell you a hint, I think goldfish taste a little bit better than real fish, if you ask me. Okay, until then, bye.